Hey everybody, Megan and Steve with Hustling for Excellence. And today we're here to talk to you about peer pressure. Not just for adolescents anymore, happens just as much in the adult world.
Yeah, so true. I was just thinking about this today, um, and a few days this past week, I guess, mainly. You see it a lot, right? I mean, whether it's amongst your peers and people are, kind of competing for a position, a possible promotion, um, and they may say something to your face, but then behind your back, it's kind of like do whatever they have to do to get that next step up, I guess you'd say. Um, And then also another one is what I find the worst is kind of when you're having, we'll say the boss of the organization and everybody kind of will talk behind his back or outside of his earshot, and they know things are messed up, and they're like, but no one will address him, right? They'll all talk like really tough about how, oh, we should do this and we should change that. And this is messed up. I'm like, okay, well, let's take it to him, right? And see what he has to say. He's a reasonable guy. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm here. At least I'm getting paid. All of a sudden, it's just like no one wants to, rock the boat. No one wants to disrupt the status quo. So it's like, um, and why? That's what I think about. I'm like, we're all grown adults. We've lived 30, 40 years, however old these people are. I mean, and what, you're afraid, but I think.
You're right. That's exactly what it is. They're afraid because, again, the whole peer pressure idea. They step out of line, they step out of that box. What is everyone else going to say? They're worried about the judgment and the fact, what is everyone going to say about me when I don't, toe the line and I want to, rock things up a little bit. So
Yeah,
very much comes back to fear.
that's a great point. And I get everybody's situation is different, so there are people that everyone has their own plan. Maybe they're shooting for the boss's position and they want to be that next replacement. They're the prodigal son type of thing, and they're his protege. But it's just frustrating because it's such a bad culture and it's bad for the organization. um, but again, the whole point is peer pressure is real. I mean, we always see it on
We don't
TV.
leave it behind in high school.
No, I mean, you think about the bullies or whatever, and then the high school, and you see the little movies on TV that talk all about this one was picking on this one or whatever. But I mean, teachers have it. Every industry has it. It's doesn't matter who you are. There's always that peer pressure, and it's like it just always is something that I notice, especially in an industry or field where everyone is looked at as a leader, right? We're all leaders here, so we should be thinking for ourselves. And like the old quote used to say, what is it? If everyone's thinking alike, nobody's thinking. So something to that effect, and that's kind of what it is. It's like,
So what's the solution? How do we break out of this, idea
yeah,
of peer pressure and thinking for ourselves?
that is a great point. I think about that, and I guess we talk about communication, and you can go right to the source a lot of times and have a discussion and figure out why, which is easier said than done for a lot of people. I get, it's and how
It's got to be
willing.
working past that fear of actually taking the solution or whatever the problem is. And I think it's moving beyond that mental block of being judged by everybody else and being, worried about what everyone's going to say. But what are the consequences of not saying what it is that needs to be said?
Right. That's a great point, to your health, because I mean, it becomes a miserable work environment. It's got the feel of that toxic culture where you just can't trust anybody, right? Because they'll talk to you individual or small group and they'll tell you how they feel and they're not happy, but they'll just deal with it, right? And I feel like we're not getting the best out of a lot of these people because they're just dealing with you. I mean, are you trying to just survive? Or are you trying to thrive? If you want to have an organization that's going to excel, I can't just have people that are just getting by. So that's kind of the point. It's a whole culture shift. I really believe it just begins with leadership, quite honestly. They set the tone. So if they're wishy-washy and they're not communicating, and you see their, who they hang around with and who's their buddies, and their lack of communication, it kind of just sets a bad feel for the whole organization. I mean, and I'm this is different organizations where I've experienced it in. Some organizations have 300 people, some are 40 people, so different size groups. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like no matter where you go, it exists.
So those of us who are trying to be excellence, we really kind of have to rise above all of that, don't we? And help change that culture, I believe. Even if you aren't the leader, you're not the one at the top, you can be a leader at any point, no matter where you are in your organization. So lead by example.
Yep. Hey, and that reminded me, well, that was John Maxwell's one book, 360-Degree Leader.
Yes.
Excellent book. Highly recommend it, because exactly what you said is true. It doesn't matter if you're at the top, the bottom, the middle, you can lead in your organization. So, that's an uncomfortable thing for a lot of people, because many people will assume that this guy's at top, he's leading. But that's not always the case. I mean, it's nice when you see someone take initiative that might be in the middle tier, and they're going to step up and lead. So, but yeah, just thought it would be an interesting topic to see what everybody else has kind of felt with this peer pressure, and are they still seeing it in their jobs and their business. And I think actually Jeff kind of mentioned something, probably a few weeks ago, about speaking at conferences and things to that nature. So, but yeah, anyway.
So, well, everyone, leave us your comments. Let us know what your experience has been with peer pressure in the adult world, and how you overcome it. Or if you didn't overcome it, how would you go back and redo it possibly? So remember to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for future videos, and we will see you on the next one. Have a great day.